Create exists to connect community organizations, businesses, people to creative ways of solving problems. There are a lot of opportunities for our community to think about some of the work they do a little bit differently. Some volunteers saw that there was a need for personal protective equipment for the medical staff during the coronavirus pandemic. We activated the right community partners, Barry Calnan and Corey Colhurst, saw that we could use 3D printing to help meet that need of medical centers, first responders, to help keep them safe.
The one thing about Create, and the reason that I got involved with it, it is an innovative center for various types of artists, entrepreneurs, inventors. The main driving force behind doing all of this, of course, was Create is a community-based entity. I thought it was very important to be able to step up for the community's need and basically be able to act on a moment's notice. I started to do some research to find out what face shields were being used. There are so many out on the internet that people just started printing, and unfortunately most of those can't be used by the hospitals. So what we did early on is find one that was very robust, easy to print, and then we worked with a representative from the hospitals to redesign and change a common model that you can find called the Prusa model, and we added about 6 different changes to that to make it usable here in Wisconsin. A lot of companies who are making face shields or making protective equipment, it takes them a long time to change anything once they get things set up and manufacturing. We can change things in hours. So when doctors came to us and said, we need you to change this, it only took us 2 hours just to change our models, change our printing, and having those new parts come out the door. It's really been a group effort between the people that do use 3D printing here at Create. Once we started, of course, then we got Create's leaders involved, and they saw what a good product we were turning out, even if it was only 1 or 2 to start with. And they realized that this is something that could really help the community. So we figured out who we could leverage in the community, the people that would bring their own machines in here for us to use. And that was everybody from just someone who knows Create to bigger companies like Key Mobility, UWSP, Spash. Create purchased 10 more machines, and that's when we really got up and running. On average, we've been printing somewhere between 100 and 150 a day for the last 16, 17 days.
From then on, we contacted Marshfield Clinic Health System and Ascension to notify them that we had a product that we think could help and wanted to know what needs that they were seeing too. They reviewed our products, their products, requested some modifications be made, and once they felt they had a safe product and one that fit the need that they were experiencing within the hospitals and the clinics and the first responders, they requested as many as we could produce. After they had completed that order, we received a lot of requests from other community agencies, dentists, municipalities, other villages and cities around central Wisconsin. That way we could keep as many people as protected as possible.
To explain how the face shields are actually made and put together, as you see this face shield right here, the yellow pieces are the pieces that are 3D printed on our machines here at Create Portage County. They take about 3.5 hours to print, and those pieces are made with a material called PLA, which most 3D printers can print. We chose that material because it's easy to clean and it can be cured with a UV light so that it's sterile. The second piece, of course, is the shield itself, and that was sourced by several different companies, notably Skyward here in Stevens Point. We then take that piece of plastic and cut it on our laser cutter to the shape that we need and put all the holes in it. So that's the second part. Then, of course, what's really important is we also have to have the elastic and the foam on the inside to make it comfortable. So we've sourced that. A lot of that has come from our community. Then we make sure that it's all clean and there's no rough, sharp edges. And we have a group here at Create that's assembling, and those are all volunteers from all over the community. One of the groups that we are giving our shields to has asked that we make a cover for the top here. We've also had volunteers from companies in town to help us out with that. And they are 3D printing a cover that snaps on so that no liquids of any sort could come in through the top. And that's a company called Gamber-Johnson.
During this pandemic, you have 2 different messages that are very large. The more dark and very serious, grave reality of the situation. And while we're all anxious and concerned about everyone's well-being, we're able to provide a positive frame and give that glimmer of hope, giving people an opportunity to make an impact for those around us. The overall response that we've received so far from medical staff is that they feel safer because of the product that we're able to provide. Typically, Create presents opportunities for others to be involved or helps others who have acknowledged that opportunity and connects people to that opportunity. It's a very big opportunity for the community to come together, and it's been great to see all of the partners and community members, individuals who have taken a big interest in helping out.
I think all the people that we've leveraged, families coming in and helping, big corporations coming in and helping, that's very unusual to be able to bring in an individual and a large corporation into the same project, and they still have value regardless of how big they are. As far as this project, it's touched me greatly to see how it's affecting the people we're giving these masks. Without that, they would just be using inferior equipment or they would be throwing it away. The whole concept from day one with us is these shields will be lasting a month or two, and we will not have filled up landfills. Besides all that, Create reaches out to every section of the community and asks them what they need.
Outside of face shield production, there was a hope for keeping the community engaged and proactive. How do we invest our times into music, into arts, into our own hobbies, our own talents, our skills? There was a large response in how do we do that. Greg has been organizing everything between concerts, art lessons, cooking instruction to give families and individuals the opportunity to both have entertainment and also have a project to work on. There's a lot of value in connecting people to optimism in difficult times. I also am amazed at how generous and warm people can be. Seeing people come together and acknowledge all of the hope and thankfulness for that is really the only thing that allows me to keep going on this project.
The very first day I started this, there was a lot of people looking at me like, he's a little crazy, he's only got 2 printers, what are we gonna accomplish? It really does kind of make me look at the group that we have here and realize it's just a lot more commitment than your average community get-together place. We're supplying face shields to 4 or 5 different hospitals, first responders, police, fire, EMS, elder care,